you want to fix it again? As Dan would do.
Nah, I'm gonna leave it. Who cares?
Um,
This is our. Be sure to tip so we can get a production person out here. All right, welcome to the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel presented by Connors and Ferris. Mike Catalana, I am Jenna Cottrell. We are in downtown Houston. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We always appreciate it. All right, Mike, Bills, Texans, Sunday at 1 o'clock. We've talked so much about this game, but one of the things that I wasn't expecting leading into this, all the injuries for the Bills.
Yeah, it's a mess. If you look at the defense, right, you lost Taylor Rapp, safety, to concussion last week. And then Ed Oliver gets hurt with that hamstring. We don't know how bad that is, but he's not playing. We know Von Miller got his suspension. That's bad enough. Austin Johnson is also out, depth on the defensive line. So they're going to need a lot more there. And then offensively, I mean, you are missing Khalil Shakir. And you say it all the time. He has been Josh's security blanket, most, dependable player catching the football. He's out now with that ankle, so that's making it tough offensively for this week.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's something we didn't really expect heading into this game when we talked about it earlier on this week, but that's something the Bills will now have to adapt to. You mentioned all the guys on defense that won't be out there. The one player we want to start with is on the Houstons. It's not Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
It's Niko Collins, and he is phenomenal.
43 targets, 30 catches, 489 yards. I'm going to be on pace guy here. 182 targets, 129 catches, 2,000 yards. He's not going to do that.
In one game.
But they go to him a lot.
They do.
So Diggs is clearly the number 2 on this team. Niko Collins is a real player. He's big, he's fast, he's tough. He is the guy you start with, right? You start with saying, what are we going to do with him?
Absolutely. Their number one guy, averaging 122 yards per game. Was it you that was saying his average catch is 16 yards?
Yeah, that's pretty good, right? He's 100 yards ahead of any other player in the league.
Crazy.
I know it's only 4 games. I will say this, Bills fans. If there's one thing you know about your team, they do a great job against number 1 receivers. And they play Tyreek Hill twice a year. Right, they play really good receivers. I think over the last little more than a year, I think they've given up over 100 yards only 3 times. And it was barely over 100 by like Devontae Smith, barely over 100 by T. Higgins. There was only a few guys that did it. I think it's 3. They usually handle, look what they did with CeeDee Lamb last year. They totally shut him down. And they're all great players. So goal number 1 is to do that. And Diggs is going to get his underneath.
Absolutely.
And Diggs is having a good year so far, but Collins is the number 1 guy.
Collins is the number 1 guy, and what kind of makes it tricky, though, is all those injuries on the defense. But a guy that we're going to see now because of the injuries, Cole Bishop with Taylor Rapp on concussion protocol, someone that the Bills obviously drafted him this past spring, a rookie. He's played a little bit, but what do you expect to see out of him in this now starting role?
I think Cole Bishop, they hope, is the future at safety. He's now got to be the present.
They didn't think the future was going to be now.
Yeah, look, I think they thought when they drafted him that he could get himself ready and maybe earn the starting spot. And then he had that hamstring, and he missed valuable time. The good news for this is it's early in the year, but it's not like week 1. It's week 5. He's been there. He did get a lot of snaps after Taylor Rapp got hurt. But this is tough. Like, you are not, now we're talking about, when we talked about Taylor Rapp playing, and, when you look at it that way, you say he's got a lot of experience in the NFL. That's not the case here. So, Houston is going to look to get him to bite on things. They're going to look to get him in coverage. He's a talented kid, but he hasn't had the snaps. So that's somebody we're going to keep an eye on.
Talented, but yet doesn't have the experience in this realm.
Which is what DeMar Hamlin does have. DeMar may not be a superstar, but DeMar has played in this defense. So at least they have DeMar there. I'm assuming Mike Edwards will be active in this game.
I feel like he's got to be.
He hadn't been anywhere. So let's see what ends up happening. But yeah, Cole Bishop's a big guy to look at.
Another guy on the defensive side of the ball that we will expect to see get a lot more playing time is DeWayne Carter. Another rookie guy from this season that we've seen in moments, but we haven't seen any huge flashes. He will be out there quite a bit with all the defensive line injuries, the Von Miller stuff, how things will just look different on the defensive line.
Talented guy, leader at Duke, all those things. When you look at him, again, you think about the future. You think this guy can develop into something. You need him Sunday.
Yeah.
You need him. He's played a little bit, and what you would say garbage time in the game, got some snaps, got some reps, played in the preseason. He has ability. He's not Ed Oliver. And I don't think Ed was good at all last week.
Yeah.
He had a rough week. He's still Ed Oliver, and he's got that hamstring. So I don't know how they're going to handle this. And, DeWayne Jones got to come up. He's got to step up in this game.
Daquan Jones.
Oh, Daquan.
Yeah.
I got
It's okay.
Daquan. Got to step up in this game. He has not been great. I don't think Houston is going to run it that much to begin with. Joe Mixon looks like he's not going to play. I don't think they'd ruled him out yet. But they can spread it out and throw it. You've got to get some pressure up the middle on C.J. Stroud. Let's see what Carter can do.
This will be quite a test. And that is definitely someone that,
And no Von Miller suspension.
yes. I think you mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, but I mean,
the D-line went from a couple weeks ago being like the Greg Rousseau 3-sack game, all this stuff. Von Miller looked great. And then it was like now going into this week, the suspension, Miller out, Austin Johnson out, DeWayne Carter going in there, all this stuff. I feel like it got brighter.
did it?
I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
it didn't. Offensively,
Yeah.
still haven't seen a ton from Dalton Kincaid. I think going into the season, I expected him to kind of be the number one guy with some passes going to Khalil Shakir and the other guys, but I really haven't been impressed so far, if I'm going to be honest.
So it was a long flight, so I had time to do a little
It was
research.
a long
Long
flight.
flight. I was looking at some of the numbers. He's 13 catches, 132 yards, and a touchdown. Last year at this point, as a rookie, he had 15 catches for 99 yards.
Okay.
And then he started to pick it up. The hope was, coming into year 2, he would start out as the number one guy. He does get a lot of attention. But you got to be able to beat that attention. You are a number one pick. You are the top target on this team. Shakir is out.
Yeah.
Like, this is when they need him to step up.
Yeah.
He's been okay, but I know they won't say it, but they are a little disappointed in his production. They won't say it publicly. Josh says the same thing. They'll say, and Kincaid said it this week, when they're covering me, other guys are open. We're not worried about other guys. You're the number one pick. You're the number one target. This is where they need him to be big in this game. Because you say it all the time, again, with Shakir. He's the guy. Well, Kincaid needs to step up in this one.
Yeah, and without Shakir out there, that is something that I'm genuinely curious to see how things will go, because Khalil Shakir is not a burner. He's not obviously a guy that's, striking down the field and like having the long ball, all that stuff. But at the same moment, he has been just really dependable for this team. And without him in the lineup, you need to see Kincaid step up. You also need to see Curtis Samuel step up, and that is the final guy that I will absolutely be watching tomorrow.
Curtis Samuel, 8 catches, 48 yards. I don't think they know what to do with him.
Hold that. It looks like we're on the sun.
Go ahead. Oh, look at this. It's just me talking. How's that? Is that better?
It's probably haunting to everyone at home. Oh, I think it might be too dark. It's fine.
Do you want to fix it again? As Dan would do.
Who cares?
Um,
This is our. Be sure to tip so we can get a production person out here.
I don't think they knew what to do with him, honestly. They've been trying to find it. The trick play was a disaster. Like, they're looking for ways to get him. He has played slot in this league. I think he's comfortable there.
Yeah.
Shakir's out. Okay, Curtis, you're a pro. You've been around this league. You got Josh Allen throwing you the ball. I would expect 7-8 targets for him in this game. He's got to make some plays. Listen, I also believe they're going to try to run the ball, especially to the middle of this Houston defense. They've been vulnerable against the run. Their numbers are a little inflated in the pass game. The quarterback play against them has not been elite, so they're going against Josh Allen. But I think the Bills' plan will most likely be to try to get the running game going and then take your shots in the passing game. And should we just predict it right now since Dan's not here? Deep ball.
MVS.
We both think deep ball, MVS. It's going to happen one of these weeks.
It hurts to say it. He's been non-existent.
Yeah, he has been. But, hey, MVS, this team, the rookie corner has allowed some guys to get behind him. Quarterbacks missed the throw. Get out there. Get out there and go make a catch.
Yeah, and even the threat of it, that does something. So, all right, we'll have those are our 5 players.
Yep.
The bonus with MVS, Dan will be very happy.
Yeah.
Do you think an MVS touchdown?
Let me tell you something. If he does catch a deep ball for a touchdown, credit to us, because Dan's not here.
Also, Dan, you still owe Mike a 6-pack.
Yeah.
Thank you to the comment in one of the recent videos that reminded us of that from
Yeah.
an earlier bet between the two of you, but yes.
Yes, he does. Doesn't pay off his bets.
Dang. Calling out. All right. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe again, share. Of course, we are here in Houston. Be sure to follow the Buffalo Plus channel post-game. We'll have our post-game.
Yes, that'll be up Sunday evening.
It
Normally,
won't go back.
because it was a night game, we would wait till probably by, say, 7 o'clock Eastern time. We should be able to get the post game up there. It's noon here.
Yeah, I don't know where I am.
We don't know.
It's been a long travel day.
Yep.
But you know what? We got here safely. The weather's been really nice. Obviously, it's a dome on Sunday, so no rain.
Yep. That's right, because Dan's not here.
Okay, now it looks like we're in a cave, but it's fine. All right.
Yeah, we said like,
Yeah.
comment, subscribe.
Yeah. For
I think
Mike,
that's it.
I'm
Yep.
Jenna. We'll catch you next time here on the Buffalo Plus channel. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on Sunday.